hopefully this will come through. I have a space here that's about the size of an exercise mat. I want to call it an exercise mat because people get freaked out when you call it a yoga mat. But a lot of times at home you can work out on a mat. It's all the space you need to get a really good workout. Around my house I have got body weight exercise equipment, straps that I can do pull downs with. I've got 20-pound dumbbells that I work out with on a pretty regular basis. And they're just around. I can pick them up anytime. When I go through, I can pump out 15, 25. I can do muscle failure without, and just do it. And it helps you get some definition, and I like doing it because just feeling the burn. So we're gonna go through some things here now. The last time I did a video, we did 1, 2, 3, 4. We went through the first introductory lesson in a Okinawan Shorin Ryu dojo. So the one part of that lesson that I did not get to finish, I want to talk about right now. The last video went a little long at about 25 minutes, but the one thing that we did not talk about was a 4-count kick. And we did talk about 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the same here. So we'll be facing this way so you can see what I'm doing. But a 4-count kick is lifting your leg. Now you can do this and be very athletic if you have that ability. You can turn this kick, you can take it to the head, you can take it to the groin, the knee, the side, the stomach. Just recently I planted a front kick into a guy's liver and it folded him over. It was the third part of the combination that I put together, and it went in. So I can tell you combinations work, and if you think about doing things in a 4-step process, karate will become easy for you. All right, so here is 1, lifting your knee, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Balance is very important. If you cannot find balance on your feet, you have to start there. You have to be where your feet are. So just doing this again, let's start from the ready position. Remember we talked about 1, 2, 3, 4. At the ready position, let's do 10 kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 3, 3. 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. 5, 2, 3, 4. 6, 2, 3, 4. 7, 2, 3, 4. 8, 2, 3, 4. 9, 2, 3, 4. 10. Kyosuke. Ray. Come on. In karate practice, you always want to do a balanced routine. So if you practice something on one side, practice it on the other side. Especially as we all have the tendency to do, we're going to favor our right hand. Unless you're ambidextrous, you're able to do things on both sides really easily. Most people are not that way. So on the left side, let's do this again. All right, Kyosuke, Ray, come on. On the left side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4, 9, 2, 3, 4, 10, 2, 3, 4. So, Kyosuke, Ray. All right, so obviously you can tell I'm out here hiking again, 2.5 miles into the woods. Stopped here, got a sip of soda, got right into this video. I wanted to finish that kicking while I'm warm. I want to demonstrate for you guys things like this are not easy. You have to get out and want to do it to be stronger. All right, so if you guys want to do an exercise, you got to decide to get up and do it. If you look back at some of the stuff I'm doing online right now, you'll see my passion is to bring something like this to men and their sons. It's easy to get out here and do this stuff. It can be hard to find things to do that are building a skill into your children. At the same time, you're doing something to better yourself and better your kids. All right. I know for myself and my own practice growing up in a karate dojo, so to speak, even as a young man in my 20s, having someone who inherited by his own presence in my life as to be a father figure in my growing out of some adolescent poor behavior, okay? And unless you, as a young person, decide to grow past your poor behavior, you're destined to repeat it, and it's going to keep propagating in your life. So get better, help your children grow through that adolescence without getting into a position of being subject to peer pressure. All right? You dads hearing what I'm saying, I want you to hear that, because I've lived it, I know it, it's true. Everybody is going to fall to peer pressure of some sort, even as an adult, unless you can be comfortable in your own skin and grow past all the stupid stuff that we end up doing sometimes, showing our you-know-what. But anyways, I kind of digress there. I want to go through the next few things in lesson number 2. Lesson number 2, we talked about 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me go back. 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5. And number 5 is the beginning of, number 5 is called naihanchi stance. Now, when you get into Okinawa Shorin Ryu kata, that's actually the first stance in naihanchi ichidan. All right, and it's turning, and it's so counterintuitive. When have you ever seen anyone standing like this? You don't. But in a standing position like this, you have forward momentum. You have the ability to move in directions where you're going to have to move, or you're moving side to side. So number 5 is naihanchi stance. Number 6, parallel stance, is horse stance. All right. And we've talked about doing punching techniques, blocking techniques, right? Inside, inside, outside, outside, down. That's the blocks in karate. So you got high, low, inside, outside. All right. When you start practicing in this stance here and holding this stance, let me tell you, that is a workout. You begin holding this stance right here to the point where your legs are burning and you're either gonna sit down or stand up, all right? So this is how you train. When you gain the strength to train this way, you'll be ready to fight this way, yeah? And when you have the agility in your legs to put them in places where you think only your hands can reach, you'll have the confidence to be able to take care of yourself. And the only way that you get that is through sparring. So when you have a chance to progress to the orange belt, have a little bit of training in your karate, you'll have a chance to begin sparring. So again, that's at least in the dojos that I've attended. There may be differences in various dojos, but you got to have something in your quiver to pull out and to demonstrate, or you're just boxing, or you're just doing something that you've seen somebody else do. Now, when you do something and you have muscle memory behind that, that's when you're doing something, you're doing something that you've learned to demonstrate. Okay, so we're gonna go through all the way up to stance number 8, and from there, I'll probably stop the video, pick up this in number 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember 5? 5. Your toes are pointing in, and your heels are out. All right. Your knees can go straight down to the floor. If I wanted to go down and kneel now, I could. All right. Number 6 is parallel under your knees. All right. Number 7 is turning your toes out. Same stance, but you turn your toes out. All right. Now I'm gonna turn around here so that you can see this. And this marked area on the ground is about the size of a yoga mat. So here again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And number 8 is a forward stance. If you are familiar at all in yoga practice or stretching exercises, number 8 is the forward stance. Straight back leg and knee bent over the front foot. So where I am with this posture right now, my hips are forward. My feet are about 1 shoulder width wide. In this posture, I cannot see my front foot. All right. So this forward stance is also the way you train. Do you see anyone in MMA or any other fighting situation fighting like this? Well, yeah, you do. You have to pay really close attention to see this actually in good, karate trained MMA fighters. You're going to see them in the stance, and it's going to be at the point of contact. And sometimes you won't even see it because they're here, but when they go in for the point of contact, that's when you see what has been trained into them connecting to the floor. Connecting to the floor in a way that transfers power out the end of your hand. Forward stance. Forward stance. Not able to see your front foot. Hips facing forward. Okay, that's number 8. There's one more stance. And we'll talk more about that in number 3. But coming back, see the position of my foot here. This foot here is straight and the forward stance is straight, actually kind of turned in just a touch. This foot is at a 45. And number 9 stance, coming back, is the cat stance. And when you're here, 90% of your weight is on your back leg. Sometimes, back in the day, again, you've heard me talk about this, you're in class and you're standing in this position with 90% of your weight on your back leg for a long time. I'm not going to sit here and tell you a specific amount of time, but any amount of time standing in this position and being required to stay there, you're going to cheat when you can. You're going to stand up and get some relief. But when you can discipline yourself to stay in position, you're building strength for when you need it. All right, this leg here is free with only 10% just for balance. With the built-in agility, you'll be able to move this leg and put it where you want it, when you want to do it, with the right training and discipline. So, I'm gonna end it right there. Like I said last time, I found my thing. Little remote control, not much, but it helps. You don't have to look at my wet nose. All right, guys. If you haven't already looked at my channel, take a look at it. I'll share a video on this side, a video on this side, and then there's a place to subscribe right down there. Y'all come over and see me, join me, read some of the stuff I put on my website. I'm really after helping young fathers relate to their sons. And I think it's super important in this day and age we live in. All right, guys, keep it real.